Help me hit 1,000 subscribers. Support the video with a like and share your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. A lie has a strange weight. It doesn't scream, it doesn't slap you in the face. It quietly settles somewhere in your subconscious, like dust on a forgotten shelf, until one day a draft of reality blows it right into your eyes. I, Luke, 38 years old, felt that draft on an ordinary Thursday. My wife, Vanessa, always said she hated drama. Silence is a luxury, Luke, she would repeat. I believed her. We built our life as a quiet harbor, where the main events were fresh coffee in the mornings and watching TV shows together in the evenings. I bought into that illusion, hook, line, and sinker. That evening was like 100 others. I was washing dishes, watching the early spring paint the sky lilac outside the window. The phone vibrated on the table. Running late. Helping Amy move boxes. Will be home late. Love you. Amy. Her younger sister. A ray of sunshine in human form, with a smile that made you feel warmer. They were inseparable. The text didn't raise a single suspicion. Only a strange, barely perceptible chill in the pit of my stomach. Okay. Drive safe. I tapped back and tried to forget, but the chill didn't go away. It turned into a heavy stone as 9 o'clock turned into 10, and 10 into 11. No call, no message. The silence in my phone was so loud it drowned out the sound of the TV. I sat in the living room, staring at the screen, but saw only one thing. Her face, which over the last few months had become distant, like a shore in the fog. Work, Luke, deadlines, stress, she would say. I nodded, wanting to believe. At midnight, I couldn't take it anymore. Not out of jealousy, no. Out of the need to understand what reality I was living in. I got in the car without a destination. And then I realized there was one place I could go without breaking any rules. One check with no moral violations. Amy's house was glowing with a warm yellow light. I knocked, feeling like an idiot. The door opened. She stood there in mismatched pajama pants and a t-shirt with some cartoon sloth on it. Her hair sticking out in all directions. In her brown eyes was pure, genuine surprise. Luke, what's wrong? It's the middle of the night. Everything okay? I forced out, though it was obvious it wasn't. Is Vanessa here? Her eyebrows shot up. Vanessa? No, I haven't seen her since the weekend. Why? Is she okay? In that moment, the ground fell away from under my feet. Not loudly, not with a crash. It just vanished, leaving me in a quiet, icy void. I nodded, unable to speak. The truth, naked and merciless, had already entered the room, not waiting for an invitation. She said, she was helping you, with boxes. Amy slowly shook her head, and in her gaze I saw not just confusion, but a shard of the same chill that had been tormenting me. As if some part of her had known for a long time that her sister was capable of this. No boxes. Come in, you look awful. I went in, not for answers. They were already hanging in the air, thick and inevitable. I just needed to catch my breath in a space where I wasn't being lied to. We sat in the kitchen. She poured me some water. The silence wasn't awkward, but shared. The kind that exists between people who have survived the same disaster. She's become different, hasn't she? Amy said quietly, not looking at me. Distant. As if she's living in a parallel reality where I don't have the password. Her words hit the mark. I told her everything. About the midnight texts, the calls she forgot to return, the new work projects. About her colleague Mike, whose name had started appearing too often. I talked, and she listened, and there was no judgment or panic in her eyes. Only sad understanding. She's always been like that, Amy whispered. A master of beautiful stories. It's just that before, they didn't hurt anyone. We sat like that until 3 in the morning. Two devoted people betrayed by the same person. No passion flared up between us. There was no romance. Something greater arose, recognition. Recognizing in each other the victims of the same crime. That night on her couch under the polka dot blanket wasn't sleep. It was a truce. A truce with the chaos Vanessa had created. Morning found me in the kitchen. Amy, her hair down now, was scrambling eggs. The sun was gilding her profile. "You were tossing all night," she said, placing a plate in front of me. "Eat. Today will be a tough day." I smiled. For the first time in many months, the smile wasn't strained. We ate breakfast in silence, but it was a different silence. Not empty, but full. Filled with a strange peace from not being alone. The irony of the situation hung over the table, almost tangible. I was sitting with the person my wife claimed she'd been spending time with. At 7 in the morning, I heard a key in the lock. Vanessa had a distinct sound. Confident, commanding, as if any space had to submit to her arrival. She froze in the kitchen doorway. She looked perfect. An impeccable cascade of styled hair. A fresh, new blouse, light makeup. She looked as if she had just come from a beauty salon, not spent the night moving boxes. Her eyes, wide open, darted between me and Amy, latching onto details. The two cups sitting side by side, my relaxed posture, her sister's calm face. Her gaze wasn't jealous, but panicked. She saw a connection, the very one that had been missing from our relationship for a very long time. "Luke, what are you doing here?" I didn't answer right away. Finished my coffee, pushed the cup aside. I felt not anger, but a huge, all-consuming fatigue. Fatigue from the lies, from the game, from the need to figure things out. "Good morning, Vanessa," I said in a voice as smooth as the surface of a lake at dawn. "Have a good night?" She swallowed. "I texted you. I was at Amy's." I looked at her, just looked, and I saw not my wife, but a stranger whose game I was tired of playing. "You're free, Vanessa." She blinked, not understanding. "You wanted space from me, from our boring life, from all of this." I made a slight gesture with my hand, encompassing both the kitchen and our shattered little world. "Now you have it. All of it. No drama. No scenes, no conditions." Her face went white. She had expected a scandal, screaming, tears, humiliating questions about Mike. She was ready for drama, for her starring role, either the unfortunate victim of circumstances or the repentant sinner. She had prepared monologues, and I gave her silence, the most terrifying silence, indifference. What do you mean?" Her voice trembled. "I mean it's over. Simply, quietly, and finally. Go home, pack your things. I won't be there today. When I come back, I don't want to see you." This wasn't an ultimatum. It was a verdict, delivered without raising my voice. You can't just do that. We're family. Luke, this is a mistake." Hysteria crept into her voice. She stepped toward me, but I stepped back. That simple gesture hurt her more than any shout. And then Amy intervened. She had been silently observing the whole time, standing by the counter, arms crossed. Her face was stern and sad. "Vanessa, enough." Vanessa turned to her, and hope flashed in her eyes. Her sister, an ally, salvation. But Amy continued firmly, "You lied. You used my name to go to another man. You dragged me into your lie. You betrayed him, and in doing so, you betrayed me too." "Amy, you don't understand," Vanessa began. "I understand everything," Amy interrupted her. Her voice trembled, but not from weakness, from strength. "You made your choice yesterday, and today, I'm making mine." She turned to me. "Luke, I'm coming with you." That became the shocking twist that no one expected. Not even me. "What?" Vanessa exhaled. Amy was already putting on her jacket. "I'm coming to make sure he gets home okay. And then we'll figure out what to do with what's left of the family. With the real family, where people don't lie to each other's faces." Vanessa stood as if paralyzed. Her gaze darted from my calm face to her sister's resolute one. She saw not a scandal, but a union against her, a union of those she had betrayed. Her lie didn't generate a storm of emotions she could ride out. It generated a quiet, irreversible solidarity. You're crazy? Are you two together now?" she hissed. I glanced at Amy, at her honest, determined eyes, and I understood that together wasn't about a romance. It was about the truth. It was about not letting the lie divide you from the one who understands. That's no longer your business, Vanessa, I said. You made your choice. Now live with it. We walked out without looking back. I didn't hear her sobs, if there were any. The door closed, cutting off the old life. We didn't get in the car. We walked. Just walked along the deserted Sunday streets, and the first rays of sun stretched long shadows ahead of us. We didn't hold hands. We just walked side by side, breathing in the same cold, clean morning air. What are we going to do? Amy asked quietly, looking at her feet. I looked at her, then at the sky, which was turning from lilac to gold. Inside, there was no gloating, no plans for revenge. There was only a huge, unfamiliar emptiness that needed to be filled with something new and honest. Breathe, I answered. Just breathe, and we'll see. She nodded, and we kept walking, not into the past, where the lies and betrayal remained, and not into some specific future, but simply forward, step by step. Two people deceived by the same person, who now, without planning it, had become for each other the only island of truth in a collapsed world. And Vanessa was left there, in the silence of her sister's empty kitchen, alone with the most terrible consequence of her deception. Not a scandal, but indifference. And with the understanding that her lie had taken everything from her. All at once.